Busy weekend for Memphis police also. From Friday to Sunday evening, there were at least 5 killings and a deadly hit and run. Another man was discovered dead, and foul play hasn't been ruled out. One neighbor tells WREG's Jarita Patterson it will take a collaborative effort to curb crime.
With so much care, Mr. Henry Louis Gray was cleaning his car Monday, saying when things are orderly, they operate better. He's hoping city leaders share the same sentiment by doing whatever it takes to restore order following a rash of crime over the weekend.
I pray for the world to be a better place.
Sunday night at this Fox Meadows complex, detectives say a man with 2 others, one wearing a shirt that read "Life is Good," had his life cut short as he was gunned down. 24 hours earlier, Saturday evening, MPD was investigating what led to a Midtown triple shooting at Evelyn Avenue and East Parkway, with 2 of the victims fighting to survive. Early Saturday morning, police say a man was stabbed to death at Lucy Avenue in South Memphis. Minutes before, there was more crime, with more detectives working to find the killer after a man was shot to death along Craigmont Drive in Raleigh. Leading into the weekend, violence was already spilling into the streets. Friday, hours before midnight, a man was fatally shot in North Memphis at Oakwood Street, with the gunman getting away. Also on the run is the person who shot and killed a man around 6 p.m. Friday along Winchester Road in Whitehaven. These attacks, many deadly, are happening all over the city and with different motives, leaving those like Mr. Gray really looking for a set of solutions at this point. And he's telling us things must go back to the basics, and that includes neighbor looking out for neighbor.
The difficult world we are living in, we all need to pray.
Leaving Mr. Gray to call on a higher being to get a handle on the high crime. Reporting in Memphis, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
If you have any information in any of the crimes mentioned, call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH.
Hey, shalom, Israel Most High, Christ bless. This is another edition of Cuts from the Streets. I'm Soldier Jeremiah, and I'm with
Will. Hey, what's your name?
Mocha Shay.
Here with
Andre.
Kelsey. Calandria.
Kelsey and Calandria.
Brian Williams.
Mr. George.
Mr. George, what today is? What we celebrating today?
The 4th of July.
The 4th of July.
what is the 4th of July all about?
Independence for the United States.
Independence for the United States.
Right.
So what today is? What we doing out here?
You know, it's the 4th of July, ready to pop these fireworks, you know. Oh, no, we just out here chilling, watching the fireworks pop or whatever.
Today is the 4th of July. Are you celebrating the 4th of July today?
Yes, sir.
As you can see around us, we got a lot of people out here celebrating the 4th of July. What does the 4th of July mean to you?
Independence Day. Now that he brought it to my attention, I didn't know that it is what he just said. I didn't know it was we were back in slavery and it had something to do with all that. He just brought it to my attention.
Right.
It really is a lack of knowledge of brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So Independence Day,
I feel that it's what it said, Independence Day.
Keep going.
You know what I'm saying? Independent means being independent, yourself.
So what does the 4th of July mean? What's the origin behind the 4th of July?
Well, independence. Independence.
Independence for who?
For everybody, really. But we all know about the Civil War, all that, and the racism and all that. So we would like to think that we broke away from a lot of that. It's not over, but it's a long way from where it used to be.
Okay.
So I wish everybody, black, white, whatever, just celebrate independence.
What's up with 4th of July? Like, why do our people celebrate it?
We celebrate because we get to buy fireworks, we get to be with our family, and that's about it.
Okay. So
I don't really know the real reason of 4th of July, though.
So today is?
The 4th of July.
Today is the 4th of July. What does the 4th of July mean to you?
They say it's independence, but I'm more woke than that. I mean, I understand, but like I was telling the other guys, the way they got it set up, man, if you're in working class, man, this is probably like one of the few holidays that you're gonna get off, and you know your other family members gonna get off, and you'll be able to congregate. Now, what you how you represent it and how you celebrate it is a whole other thing. But your question was, what does it mean to me? It's just another day for me. I mean, I actually went to work today, so.
So, do you understand the history behind the 4th of July?
I mean, yeah, part of it, but I know it ain't got nothing to do with like the blacks. It also got something to do with like the whites and like the country, really.
Right. So it's crazy you say that it don't have nothing to do with blacks, but as you see, our people, the main people who tend to celebrate this holiday, right?
We represent it really better than the white people do it.
Right. We represent it way better than them. So I'm gonna give you a quick history on the 4th of July. So in 1776, the U.S. Congress, they declared independence. And during that time, that's where you get Independence Day from, right? And they did it. They signed the Constitution on the on July 4th. That's why we celebrate the 4th of July, right? But that was during 1776.
Right.
Where were our people during that time?
Slaves.
We was in the midst of slavery.
Right.
Slavery didn't end until the mid 1800s.
Okay. So do y'all know any history about the 4th of July? Y'all look like y'all still in school. They don't teach y'all about the 4th of July?
Not really.
No? What about Independence Day?
I heard about that.
So what you know about the Independence Day? Damn, y'all weren't paying attention in class.
No, they don't teach us about no Independence Day.
Teach us.
Okay, so listen, we're gonna teach y'all, right? So Independence Day, the 4th of July, aka it was when America got his independence from Great Britain. See what I'm saying? Well, they was no longer under their rules and stuff like that, right? So that's when they celebrated the thing, 1776. In 1776, when they were celebrating their independence from Britain, what was black folks doing?
What was they doing in 1776?
Yeah.
What they
Slaves?
We were slaves, right? So do y'all think that we were celebrating Independence Day with them back then, our foreparents? Why not? Why y'all think that?
Cause
What were we doing then?
working for the white folks.
What you say?
Picking cotton.
Big cotton, what else?
Working for the white folks, doing what they wanted us to do.
Okay, so you mentioned the Civil War, Independence Day. When this thing happened, when America got their independence from Britain, right?
Right.
In 1776, what were we doing as black people?
Yeah, most of us were slaves.
At that time, we were slaves, right? Do you think our ancestors took part in the celebration of independence back then?
Like, I would highly doubt it. Yeah, with no reason to. You still suffering, you know. But as of now, yeah, we can thank, you know, the people that fought. Yeah.
Okay, say that again. I'm sorry. So, do you think our ancestors took part in the festivities back then?
Britain.
No, but just when America first got their independence and we were slaves.
I doubt it. Yeah. I ain't read no history on it, but I doubt it.
So we have to realize this, like you said, our people was in slavery during that time. But why do we go harder for this holiday than the white people who originally came from, right?
Because they got it in our head. It's soaked in our head. It's in our mind that we have to celebrate this.
Why do our people choose to celebrate the 4th of July? If it's just another day, we can do things such as this on other days, right?
Yeah, but you got to, I know you know this, but it's the, traditionally in America, that's what they've taught. So over and over and over and over and over. So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a fall in line type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think we are a biblical organization and we do come from a biblical standpoint with these interviews right here? So do you think God approved of 4th of July, or is it a tradition of man?
You want the honest question?
Yes.
I don't think God approved of it.
You don't think God approved of it? No. I mean, let's get what the word of God says. So let's get
because a lot of folks don't celebrate 4th of July.
A lot of people, right? And they shouldn't. If they are black, Native American, or Hispanics, you know. Yeah. They shouldn't celebrate it, right? So let's give Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. We're going to get Proverbs 3 and 31. So check this out.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse
Book of
31.
wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Envy thou not the oppressor,
It said, envy thou not the oppressor, read,
and choose none of his ways.
and choose none of his ways. They declared the 4th of July as something that they celebrate because they declared their independence, not yours,
I'm feeling you.
their independence, right?
I feel you. I'm
So,
with you. I feel you.
so our oppressors, who are our oppressors today?
White folk.
The white men, right? It said, envy not thou oppressor, and choose none of his ways, right?
Exactly.
And our people continue to walk in the ways of our oppressor. Give me Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. Why is that? See, like she said, she know it's not, today is not their day, but we still celebrate it. Why? Give me that Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6, right?
Yeah,
This is why. This is why our people continue to walk in the ways that they do, right? Read.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, right?
I agree with that.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
So and it trickled down to the children. We have forgotten the laws of God, the laws and statutes and commandments of God. We have ceremonial laws that we're supposed to keep, high holy days that we're supposed to keep, and not the worldly holidays, right?
Exactly.
Okay, another question. How do you think God would feel about it?
I don't know. I mean, I figured that he'll be like, this ain't what you supposed to be doing. You don't celebrate this. You celebrate me.
Hey, you said something good right there. Let's get a couple of scriptures to kind of like clarify what you're saying. So read that for me.
All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
It said, envy not thou the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. As we already established that the 4th of July, Independence Day, is a white man holiday.
Right.
And we celebrate it, but the scripture said, envy not thou oppressor, and choose none of his ways, right? So give me Colossians chapter 3 and verse 8. So we don't supposed to follow the ways of our oppressor.
Right.
Well, how you think God feel about today on the 4th of July? Do you think he approve of it, or it's just a tradition of men?
I think he don't approve of it, but I believe God is a forgiving God, and I believe he's an understanding God, and I believe that, I know he holds you accountable, but I believe, I don't believe he gonna.
How does God feel about us celebrating the 4th of July? How do you think he feel about it?
To that extent, I really don't know, because we weren't free once upon a time, now we're free this time. But we don't do this for the kids. Some people, families not fortunate enough to be able to buy fireworks and be able to buy food. It's a Tuesday. It's not a fucking Friday. It's Tuesday. So we gotta be able to be fortunate enough to whatever we can give to the kids, because the kids gonna matter in the long run. When they go to sleep, they're gonna think about this day. And when they think about this day, they need to think about this day. This was the best day of their life, because it's the 4th of July. It's a holiday.
Okay, so let's check this out. Remember the question was, how does God feel about it? So we know how we feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
God, I don't know how God
We
feels
gonna
about
show you. We gonna show you. Because listen, we a Bible-based movement, and one thing we do, we come out with this group right here. We come out on different topics, that our everyday lives and stuff like that, on different topics, the things that we do, and give biblical solutions and see how God feel about it. So give me Proverbs 3:31. Let me show you this right here. Matter of fact, do Colossians 2 and 8 first. Let me show you this right here. Colossians 2 and 8. We're going to show you how God feel about it. You believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so we're going to show you how God feel about it. Read that.
Yes, this is the book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
So it says, beware lest any man spoil you, meaning like destroy you. That's what spoil means. If a kid is just spoiled, rotten, he destroyed to a degree. Just like this, right? It said, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophies, meaning certain teachings, right? And vain deceit, which is fake. It says certain teachings that are fake, right? Read. So let me ask you this. Who taught us to celebrate 4th of July?
My family.
No. When you think about slavery back in the day, who taught us to celebrate all the different holidays?
My family.
Your family ain't teach you to celebrate Christmas and think about it. When they got us from the west coast of Africa, right? Was we celebrating the 4th of July and Christmas and stuff like that?
I wasn't coming from the west coast of Africa.
I'm saying that's where our forefathers come from.
I don't know what they were doing back then.
All right, so we finna show you, but God do have a problem. Read it.
After the traditions of men.
So is the 4th of July after God or after the tradition of men?
After tradition of men.
Okay, so remember it says watch out for that thing because it's a lie, right? Read.
After the rudiments of the world and not after Christ.
It says after the rudiments of the world and not after Christ. The 4th of July, did Christ say celebrate the 4th of July?
No.
He didn't, so why we do it?
I don't feel good ass shit right now.
That's some good stuff, right? So why we do it?
I don't know.
Because you know why we do it? Because we still under these folks' thumb. We do what they allow us to do.
We do what we raised to do.
We do what we raised to do, but it is filtered down through our parents and to us for sure. But we do what the oppressor tell us to do. They told us to celebrate our birthdays. They told us to celebrate Christmas. They told us to celebrate 4th of July. See what I'm saying? They told us to do these things, but it's not after Christ.
Actually, man, when we were doing the 4th, a lot of people, our brothers, sisters, they really ain't got nothing to do with the 4th. Am I lying?
They barbecue?
But all what we talking about went back to 1770. It ain't got nothing to do with it.
It ain't got nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with that. The fireworks, it ain't got nothing.
If you have a child and you get that child lots of candies and things that he want, toys and stuff, they gonna say that child is spoiled what?
Brat.
Spoiled rotten, right?
Yeah, rotten, brat.
So that's what they doing to us. We really are spoiled people right now.
We are, they say we are a Bible-based movement, right? We believe in the Bible. So we gonna get what God think about the 4th of July, right? So we can give y'all a couple of scriptures before it rains. Give me Proverbs 3:31. Let me show y'all this. This is what God think about the 4th of July. Read that.
All right, this is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
So who do y'all know about what oppressor mean? You know what they mean? Oppressor mean like your slave master. So who is our oppressor today?
Today.
Yeah. Do you know what it means to be oppressed?
No.
Okay. That means you're restricted. It's a restriction, right? The slaves, they had a restriction on them, right? They can go from here to there with certain passes and stuff like that, right, but they still had restrictions. They was under people, right? So today, when you think about today, can we just leave and go to another country if we just leave? Can we do that?
Yeah, we can. You gotta have a passport though.
You gotta have a passport, right?
Yes.
What the slaves had to have when they wanted to go to another plantation and stuff like that?
Permission?
They had to have some type of permission slip. Just like in class, in school, they gotta have like a little hall pass. That's the same thing. So that lets you know right there, we still captives. We ain't free. Right. When you free, you can do what you want to do. Right. See what I'm saying? So read it again.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
So we established that white folks are the oppressors, right? So it said don't envy them, right? Read.
And choose none of his ways.
It said choose none of his ways. So when I just gave y'all the history on Independence Day, who ways was that? Who started the 4th of July?
The white folks.
White folks? Would you agree? So it said choose none of his ways. See what I'm saying? Guess what else? Well, guess what else his ways? Christmas, your birthday. You ever heard of the Satanic Bible?
No.
You never heard of that? You know the first thing that's in there? The highest celebrated holiday that's in there?
What's in there?
The birthday is the highest celebrated holiday in the Satanic Bible. But that's another story. But remember, it said choose none of his ways, right? You made a statement of things has got better. Would you say that that we, for the black people here in America, do you feel like we still in captivity?
In a sense, yeah.
In what way?
Mindset. I mean, there's a lot of mental issues going on in the black community and white community too. But definitely in the black community.
Okay, I'm gonna show you in the scripture. Hey, Jeremiah, give me Baruch 3 and 8. Let me show you that real quick. Because just like back then, when they got their independence from Britain, we was in captivity, we was serving them. We still, to this day, we still in captivity within this celebration of independence. You know, so they're continuing, right? Read that right there.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
He said, we are yet this day, still to this day, 2023, we still in our captivity, right? Read.
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment.
So it said we were yet this day in our captivity. We still subject to payments right now. We still under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 right now. Okay, so do you feel like we free today? You think we got independence today? Because you said black folk independent. We free today?
Hey, we free today long as ghetto ass black people don't fucking come shoot some shit up.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How when you say we free today, how are we free? Like, can you leave?
Free
Hold on, listen. Can you leave and go out the country without white folk permission?
Nah, we can't do that. Let me tell you how we free.
Okay.
We free because we freely pulled up in this parking lot and motherfucker had fun with these kids. I freely pulled up and discriminated start, getting that ride going for these little kids so they can have fun and their parents and everything else. And look at them waiting in line. They sitting waiting in line like responsible black people. So I freely did this.
Okay.
Even though I didn't even know what I was gonna do on the 4th of July because I don't have family.
Okay. But listen, I want you to get the scope of what I'm saying. Like, we do got certain liberties to do what we need to do, right? Because think about it, back in the day, in slavery, they could go from plantation to plantation to plantation, but they needed passes, right? So they had certain liberties, just like today, certain liberties to do certain things, just like we got certain liberties to do certain things.
Right.
But remember the question I asked you.
Right.
If we ain't free enough to go out the country when we want to, are we really free?
Nah, we ain't free.
The independence, that had something to do with two white people. See what I'm saying? We was in slavery, picking cotton, like you said. They ain't had nothing to do with us. See what I'm saying? And we still, and like I was proving to you earlier, go to Baruch 3 and 8. We still slaves today. The Lord ain't rescued us yet. We ain't got our independence yet, right? Read that.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
It says we still in captivity today. Read.
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment.
And we subject to payment. We still captives today. We got certain liberties where the oppressor let us set up and do certain stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, if you wanted to just leave, if you just wanted to go to France right now, you got to get permission from them. If you want to drive your car, you got to get permission from them with your driver license. If you want to have kids and have them in the system and stuff like that to be kept up with, to get us a social security, a birth certificate, all that stuff, we got to get all that stuff from them. That right there proves, and we pay taxes. That right there proves that we still under these people's thumb, right? We ain't got our independence. Christ is going to give us our independence. So look, that's what we out here to do. We out here to show our people what God think about the 4th of July and get y'all intake on the 4th of July. So what y'all think about that? What y'all think about what God think about the 4th of July? Because he said it's a tradition of man and beware of that thing. What you think about that?
No, my perspective of the 4th, I don't know. It kind of changed my perspective a little bit instead of just popping fireworks. And yeah, now I know the history behind it.
Okay, what about you? Don't say the same. You gotta come up with your own stuff.
I don't know. It's just that now we know the real meaning of it instead of just going on like she said.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Now we know the real meaning of it. Why? And we learned that it ain't had nothing to do with black people. Why y'all think black people were celebrated today if it didn't originally have nothing to do with us?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe because of the fireworks, like just for the fun of it. Since we didn't get to do it back then, maybe we can do it now.
Okay, what about you?
I say the same.
You say the same. We just gonna call you the same because you just say everything that she say. But all right, listen, that's our interview right there. So we appreciate y'all time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all study. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be out here learning stuff. You know what I'm saying? Find out the meanings of certain things because God disagrees with certain stuff. And what society tend to do is they like to throw sugar on top of certain things that's bad to make it seem like it's good. You know what I'm saying? When God don't like it. Right? So that right there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, like I said, y'all study stuff, research. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, you know what I'm saying, ignorant to certain stuff. You see what I'm saying? So all right, we get with y'all.
So that means y'all don't celebrate the 4th?
We don't celebrate the 4th. We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't celebrate birthdays. We don't celebrate nothing. Listen, y'all, this is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all got how old y'all is?
13.
14.
Lord, I don't even. Look up, I'm gonna let you look it up on your own. The origin of Christmas. Look it up. It's real nasty. It gets nasty. Look up like the origin of Halloween. Like look up the origin of these days. That way you can see what you're celebrating. See what I'm saying? We looked it up and we found out they sacrifice kids on Halloween. That's what it started with. See what I'm saying? There's a lot of evil that they did when these holidays first started. That's why we don't do them. And it's against God. See what I'm saying? So just like when I gave you an example about the Satanic Bible, that right there is a holiday in the Satanic Bible. I don't worship Satan, so I'm not gonna celebrate my birthday. See what I'm saying? So that's just an example. But y'all research and read, you know what I'm saying, study. Them phones, y'all walk around with computers. You know what I'm saying? So just research, use them just so y'all can understand what y'all doing. See what I'm saying? That's what we out here to do, to open up people's minds so they can know what they celebrate. You know what I'm saying? So all right, with that, we say shalom. Hey, shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Hey, listen, this cuts from the street, and as you can see, the Lord shut this 4th of July down.
That's right.
Look behind us, you know what I'm saying? We had our people out here in all type of wickedness, and the Lord shut that thing down with rain. But besides that, we did have a good day. You know what I'm saying? The people were receptive to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? The people didn't understand in the Bible that we're not supposed to envy our oppressors and, you know what I'm saying, choose his ways, and now they know, you know what I'm saying? What you think?
Yeah, we had people who once they gave their opinion, and their opinion, you know, it was very strong opinionated, but when the Bible came out, they found it as valuable information, especially some of our younger sisters too, and older fella as well.
We had one sister who was like, man, that was some good stuff right there. Y'all gonna see it, you gonna see it, but she did not know that Colossians 2:8 was even in the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? But listen, cuss from the street, that's what we out here for. We out here to show our people. We ain't just, you know what I'm saying, in the purple and gold on the corner, you know what I'm saying, screaming, trying to compel our people to come in. We get out into the community, we get out amongst the people so we can get this to our people, get this information out to the masses. Right. And with that, that's another cuss from the street. Shalom.
Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity.